Now, we promise you this. Gauteng Tourism says it will focus on small businesses and the township economy at this year's Africa's Travel Indaba being held in Durban. The event kicked off at the Inkosi Luthuli Convention Centre and Durban Exhibition Centre yesterday. It runs until Thursday. The Indaba is a business-to-business platform that showcases uniquely African products and experiences to buyers from around the world. To discuss, we're joined by the Chief Marketing Officer at Gauteng Tourism Authority. That's Barba Gaoganediwe. Thank you for being with us. The show is back after having to break due to COVID-19, so that's the good news. But what is the mood on the ground in Durban, given everything that city has just gone through, which of course affects tourism?
Thank you for having us. We are quite excited, and the mood as we walked into the ICC this morning, representing the Golden Province of Gauteng and many other thousands of delegates that came here after 2 years of really devastation, plummeting numbers of unemployment, no revenues at all, and a serial loss of some of our industry experts was a serial mood, was also a mood of triumph, a mood that we have withstood the worst of times. And as we are gathering here for the 3 days, we represent agents that are geared and have been tested to now take the Africa's recovery in our own hands and use the learnings and key things that came out of COVID-19 as a driving force to propel us forward. So the mood has been surreal. We reflected back on 2019 on how we have disconnected. COVID-19 is actually an antithesis of what everything tourism is about. Tourism is about shaking hands, striking that deal, sharing a drink, sharing a meal, and we have been told to social distance, connecting over Zoom meetings, and it was a sign of relief that after 2 years, we are able to meet in person. It might not be the same numbers as 2019, but the zeal and the determination and the sparkle in the eyes of the delegates, the buyers, the media, the traders, the SMME here gives me hope and courage that Africa's recovery is on the horizon.
That is wonderful news. So as Gauteng Tourism, you say you'll focus on small businesses, the township economy. I'd love to hear about individual businesses in townships. What have they gone through and what sort of opportunities do they give to tourists?
Absolutely. Small businesses, especially those found in our township, are a backdrop of our recovery. They represent the employment opportunities of thousands of many of our young people who have lost hope. Now they are looking at the visitor economy as their key hope driver to get them out of their misery. Some of our businesses have closed down in our townships and in our tourism hubs. They are now funeral parlors. So we had to now take an audit of what is available. What form of assistance can we give to these businesses that have withstood the test of time? We have here in Gauteng over 47 well-drilled, vetted SMMEs that are now ready to do business. They are ready to introduce their offerings to the hundreds of buyers that are here, but they also going to be telling the journey that they went through throughout COVID. These small businesses, as I've indicated, they represent hope for young people that are looking at opportunities. But we are also not just bringing those that have been there before. We are bringing new players in areas around film marketing, sports, and entertainment. As we know, as the stadiums and everything else opens, these are opportunities for our tour operators to start marketing and packaging sports tours and all those opportunities. Some of the former players could now become destination marketed, we could become tour guides. And these are the new things that we want to add to the basket of what we used to have. So 47 businesses that represent our 5 regions in Gauteng are well represented here, and they are ready to do business. And they have also been quite excited to connect back with the trade.
Finally, we're basically running out of time. So very quickly, many people want an authentic experience. They'd like to stay in a township. But how do you deal with perceptions around crime? The news relating to Diepsloot, for example, just recently.
Absolutely, and it remains a sore point. That's why in the province we now have over 200 tourism safety monitors that are forming part of our rejuvenating of supply efforts to strengthen crime fighting effort, including crime, and also as we invest money into policing, closed circuit television cameras, and intensifying the intelligence, working with all law enforcement agencies. All these efforts, if we join our hands together, working together with the trade, everybody that sells South Africa, we can be able to say to those that perpetuate this crime, you are taking bread from the mouth of these entrepreneurs, these communities that have started seeing the real benefit of tourism in their townships. Therefore, they will be the first one to apprehend anybody who perpetuate any form of crime. So the benefits of tourism needs to filter down to these communities so that they become our first line of defense.
All right, here. Thank you very much. That was Chief Marketing Officer at Gauteng Tourism Authority, Barba Gaoganediwe.